Packers at Bucks, two teams that are both contenders. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. What do you think? The big thing in this game to me is Davante Adams. He's practicing. If he plays, I think this game is a different matchup altogether. Right now, the Bucks are favored, Steven, by 3. Over-under's 52, which is, 28-24 style game.
Yeah.
What do you see being the big matchup in this one?
I think the two quarterbacks. I think it boils down to A-Rod and Brady, who's more accurate, who's probably putting up more points on the scoreboard. For me, I still think that Tom and his receiving core, they're still not on the same page. And me spending that one season with him in New England, I think I have a feel for how he likes to communicate with his receivers. And that's going to take some reps, and that's going to take some game time experience and scenarios for them to create that chemistry that he had in New England. And for that reason, I'm going to go with Green Bay. I think A-Rod, he's playing again. He's motivated. I think all the talk about Patrick Mahomes and all the other quarterbacks around the league is firing him up. I think they do have that chemistry in Green Bay, which Tom is trying to find in Tampa. So I got to go with Green Bay.
My Pilates instructor has a crush on Aaron Rodgers.
Lululemon?
I know you believe in Pilates. What's that?
Is it the Lululemon?
Yes. But, I just know with you, if you do holistic healing, then you probably have avocado ice cream, and I think you definitely practice Pilates. You might even do bar method.
I don't have avocado ice cream, but I have pistachio ice cream. It's very good.
Oh my gosh. All I can say, Steven, is healthy fats. Eat your nuts and avocados, and make sure you get your protein. Okay, this game, my key number is 17, Davante Adams. I know that's a really easy key number to have, but Davante Adams has become such a good receiver. A few years ago, I would go back about 4 or 5 years, he was getting ridiculed because he dropped the ball all the time, and people, this is back when the Packers had Jordy Nelson, and they were going to other guys, but Davante Adams, if he's healthy, there's no reason to me Green Bay Packers can't win the Super Bowl. I mean that. And I know you thought that they would be favored. So originally on this game, I said avoid it altogether because I didn't know about Adams. But if Adams plays, I'm taking the over. I think this game would be higher scoring than 28-24 if Rodgers has his best weapon and Brady's playing at home with his. I don't want to touch that line, though. 3 points with this game, I don't want to touch it. So I'll keep my money in my pocket there. I play the over. And what do you think? Who wins this game?
I think Green Bay wins this game. I do think it's going to be high scoring. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of Tom using all his weapons, or it may be some trickery from the offensive coordinator. I mean, from offensive coordinator or from special teams. But I do think that if it does come down to a shootout, I think the chemistry is just not there for Tom Brady in the receiving core to pull it out against this high-flying offense of Green Bay.
Yeah, his receiver, Chris Godwin's been hurt. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans gets all the pub, but Chris Godwin, if you play fantasy, Chris Godwin. One last thing on this game before we leave, just because I have a running back here with me. Ronald Jones was a guy that they knew they wanted to be the man. Bruce Arians, the former Cardinals head coach, now the Bucs head coach, loves to throw to his backs. David Johnson used to catch a lot of balls, and David Johnson used to line up wide and run routes. What do you say, or how do you coach? If you were a running backs coach, Steven, or being a mentor, how would you take a young running back and try to help him with catching the ball better? Like, would you go take the more mental tack? Would you just have him catch 500 balls until it's just muscle memory? How do you approach a guy that doesn't have a lot of confidence catching the ball?
Yeah, you got to do hand-eye coordination. You got to do a lot of tracking skills and drills. If it's just throwing a tennis ball to him over his shoulder, to help him track the object over his shoulder, because that's a very difficult catch to make. Or if it's just checking out over the ball that may be coming a little fast from Tom, you got to get him on the jug machine. But it's more about repetition and getting him comfortable in the bang-bang scenario. It's not so much standing stationary after practice catching 500 footballs. It's more in the practice, getting him. You got to have the distraction of defenders' hands or something in the way, just so he gets the to train his eyes, but also gain the confidence as your mission.
Hey, thanks for watching. Listen, you could subscribe. You can like this video. You can comment below. I'd prefer you did all three. You could do none at all, but that would be lame.